everyone. So today we're going to go ice fishing. What you're going to need is some ice. You can either use ice that's already in your freezer in cubes, or you can get some small paper or styrofoam cups and put just a little bit of water in the bottom of them and then freeze those, but you'll just need ice. Next, you're going to need some water, and I just have a cup of water here. Some yarn or string. I'm using some yarn because that's all that I have. And some salt, and I have that right here. Don't need anything fancy. So the first, and you're also going to need a bowl. I didn't write that on there, but you can just use a bowl or a Tupperware or some sort of tray, but a bowl would be best. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your water and you're going to put it in your bowl. And this isn't all the way full, it's only about halfway or so, but that doesn't matter. And then you're going to take your ice here and you're going to pop some of these out of the tray, or just take them out of your freezer, however you're doing it, and put them in your water. You don't need very many, just do 3 or 4. But I can't pop these out with only one hand, so I'm going to pause the video and do that, and then I will show you when I'm done. Alright, as you can see, I have 3 ice cubes floating in my water right now, and they are floating. And that's because ice isn't quite as heavy as water, and so it floats to the top. And then next, you're going to take your string or your fishing pole and lay it in the water. You want to make sure that some of it is touching the ice cubes, because how else are you going to catch fish if it doesn't touch it? I'll lay that right on top there, because I want to catch my fish. Just like so. Alright, so we're going to wait for a second, and you're going to take your salt, take your salt. And you're going to sprinkle some right on top of your ice. And if you look super closely, I don't know if you can see here, but you'll hopefully be able to see at home that the salt lowers the freezing temperature of the ice. And so the ice will start to melt. And you might be able to tell if you do this experiment at home. You can't really tell on the camera, but the ice is starting to melt. And then after it starts to melt, the salt is going to start to dilute in the water, which will cause the ice cubes to refreeze. And you just have to wait a little while, and as it refreezes, it's going to refreeze with the string in the ice. So we're going to wait a little while longer because we don't want our fish to get away. The most important thing to remember about science is that it doesn't always work the first time around. I realized that the first time I did it, I added too much salt onto the ice, and so it melted too much. But the next time I put more ice cubes in there, and I put less salt on the top, and it worked out perfectly. And you can see that we caught our ice. And that's because the salt lowered the temperature, the freezing temperature of the ice cubes, which caused it to start to melt. And then the little pool of water formed on top of the ice, which diluted the salt and allowed the ice to refreeze. Except this time it refroze with the string in the ice. It's pretty cool science.